Jamal Murray recorded a career-high 48 points against the Boston Celtics. Murray was giving them the business, in and outs, dunks, crossovers, layups, three-point shots, step-back threes. He just had the full repertoire going. I mean, he was hot. He was extremely hot, and his game was on fire. I mean, the way he was giving it to the Boston Celtics, they had no answer for him. So towards the end of the game, Jamal Murray takes a last three-point shot. He takes the last three-point shot because he wants to get 50 plus. So the three-pointer will put him at 51. So a couple seconds left in the game. The game's already at hand. Game's already decided after he done gave the Celtics the business. He shoots the three-point shot. Right then and there, the Celtics don't like that. They're like, the game was already won. You guys already had the game. Why you got to go in there and pour it on? Kyrie Irving took exception to this, and he took the basketball and he threw it into the stands. Later on in his interview, he said that, hey, something like that, that's just, you have to throw the ball in the stands. As a competitor, that annoys you. You can't let somebody do that to you, disrespect you and the game in that fashion. So, is Kyrie Irving's interpretation of the chain of events, is it fair or is it foul? Is what Jamal Murray did fair or foul? And I've seen this from like Damian Lillard's perspective, because I remember when earlier Damian Lillard came into the league, he was like a rookie. He went up, I believe it was against the Warriors at the time. The game was already won, and he went and did a layup. After he did the layup, everybody started coming up to him like, you shouldn't have did that, or whatever the case is. That was dead wrong. It might have been against the Clippers, actually. That was dead wrong. You should have never did that. Then, just like I believe it was last year, Damian Lillard got mad at CP3 for CP3 taking a last-second shot, whatever the case is. So, bottom line is this. The game is played for 48 minutes. Your job as a defender is to stop the other team from scoring for 48 minutes. Not for 47 and a half, not for 46 minutes, not for 45 minutes, not for 47 minutes and 30 seconds, the entire 48 minutes. You can't get mad at Jamal Murray for throwing up a heave or whatever the case is. You can't get mad at him. If you're not going to defend him, he's just going to keep shooting. He had it going and everything like that. So why wouldn't he keep shooting? Now, for some reason, the old timers and a lot of players feel like there's like this unwritten rule that, you know, when the game is at hand, you don't take any more shots. You don't do this anymore. You don't compete anymore. At the end of the day, that rule is unwritten, so there's nothing to follow. It's not in the rule book. There's nothing there. It's just your sportsmanship. See what I'm saying? Some might argue that, hey, that's poor sportsmanship. But at the same time, it's poor sportsmanship to whine and complain about somebody dropping 48 on your head when you could have guarded them the entire game, and then towards the end of the game, that's when you want to get all high and mighty and intense with the guy, when you could have got intense with the guy while he was busting your ass. So for Jamal Murray, I mean, it might seem like it's, you know, like very young-minded or immature to do that, but at the end of the day, he's well within his right. You see what I'm saying? To the letter of the NBA rule book, he's playing the game till the game ends. Point blank, period. And a lot of you guys can't even tell me this. Don't tell me like when you're playing NBA 2K, you're dribbling out the ball to the last seconds of the clock. No, you're trying to up your player's score. Or let's just say you're playing on the court. You know, if the game is close to ending or whatever the case is, you're not going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to take this shot or this practice shot or whatever the case. You're going to take as many shots as you like. You're not going to let any kind of rules dictate anything. Unwritten rules, that is. So, you know, like, that whole thing is just a show of weakness. But Stephen A. Smith brought up a great point. He said that maybe Kyrie Irving is doing this as a wake-up call to the Boston Celtics. Well, to that, I say that's the worst wake-up call you can do, because the team sat there, and where were you guys through the first 48? That's right, not the TV show, the first 48. The first 48 when Jamal Murray was giving you the business. Where were you guys? Why didn't you guys foul? if you can't stop somebody on the court, you might as well foul them to slow them down, put them on the line, slow their momentum, get the ball, double team, get the ball out of their hands. You know, I understand the Celtics have lost the last 2 games, whatever the case is. They're 6-4, so they're not really feeling that good about themselves. But showing pride in a situation after the fact is sort of like Chris Tucker in Friday. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, yeah, when Debo come around, I'll be quiet. And then when he leave, I'll be talking again. Like, you was quiet the entire game. As soon as the whole thing, he shoots the ball and the game's over and they're about to leave, that's when you start chirping and talking. What happened to the chirping and talking throughout the game? So, like, to me, that's like a poor message to send out as a team leader, whatever the case, throwing the ball in the stands, whatever. Like, it just looks very, very, very childish. It's very childish, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that the Celtics could have done something about getting doozed on. But they didn't, and that's what happens. That's what comes to territory. I remember the commentator for the Nuggets saying, "Oh, the Celtics are gonna remember that." Let them remember it. What is that gonna do? What's that gonna do? You can remember it. That's fine. Maybe that's good for you guys to make you compete harder throughout the games. Because you can't let somebody get 48 and then after the game is done, you want to come and be hard and try to check guys, whatever the case is. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. You don't put any fear in anybody's heart. And the worst part about it is you're letting people know that you're getting underneath their skin. They're getting underneath your skin. So now the next team, they're gonna try to pour it on top of you again. They're gonna be like, all right, well, this got them mad. This got them out of character. Let's keep scoring. Let's keep scoring. Let's keep our starters in. Let's keep doing it to them. And that's it. You know, they're going through a slump. I think Kyrie might have expressed some frustration from, you know, losing the past couple games, especially when they lost to the Pacers on a game winner. But at the same time, if the shoe's on the other foot or whatever the case is, I'm pretty sure there's some footage of a tape with Kyrie Irving taking a last second shot or whatever the case is. Especially if he was hot. I'm pretty certain. Matter of fact, I'm 100% certain. I'm 100% certain every single NBA player has taken like a last second shot or whatever the case is. I'm pretty certain. 100%. Even in the NBA finals, stuff like that. That stuff has happened. Guys got to get over it. Got to stop whining and complaining. If you want to stop somebody from scoring, guard them the entire 48 minutes. And if you can't guard them, you better foul them because they're going to have you looking stupid. And that's what happened with the Boston Celtics. They're looking stupid. So, to me, it's not foul at all. I think it's fair. Even though I wouldn't do it or whatever the case is, it doesn't mean that somebody else can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's playing to the letter of the law. And a lot of people don't understand this. Like, for example, if you're driving your car and the speed limit is 55 and you're doing 58 or 59 or 60, by to the letter of the law, the cop has the opportunity to stop you. He can stop you. But most cops, they're operating on the unwritten rule. Like, if it's just 5 miles over, it's not going to do much. So, I mean, but to the letter of the law, it can happen. So, you got to be careful with these things. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't just be too loosey-goosey with everything. Like, you can't say this is an unwritten law, but then follow this law, whatever the case is. Like, it's too confusing. If you guys don't want guys shooting at the end of the game, petition for a law that says if a game is, you're up 8 with 13 seconds left in the clock, you cannot shoot the ball, or it will be a technical foul. That's what the Players Association needs to come together and say, if this is such a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. It's just guys upset. So being sour grapes, being sore losers. That's all it is. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe.